Alright guys, I fucked up.
I reached here. I went for that shrimp.
And I didn't block this hip very well. I was really stupid about this.
And now he slid his leg up. He's tucking his heel here. His other leg's behind my shoulders.
And maybe he did or maybe he didn't capture this arm and is holding me in this side mount position. Okay?
This is shitty. Why? Well, shrimp is not going to do me a whole lot of good here, right? It is, and that's going to be part of this escape because I'm going to use that to kind of really establish how I'm going to create space for me to do what I need to do here. But I'm in this position, and he's connected to me. He's driving into me. I can't flatten back out. I could go belly down if I wanted to. Like, he could move away that, and he's going to be having a field day if I get in this position, because that's the only place I can go with that, right? He's going to come on top, and he's going to choke me, and he's just going to sit on me, and I'm like, I'm a turtle, I can't get up. Right? So, in case you are coming to this channel late and you haven't, like a good person, gone through the videos in order, this is what I'm talking about, right? You start to shrimp out, and I get into this position, right? Roll you up on your side, because what you're going to help me with, because you're shrimping, right? I'm going to dig my heel in, I'm going to grab your arm here, right? And I'm going to drive my hips down and into you, and I'm going to block you with what, I've got a little kickstand here, so you can't take me back very easy. I've seen Coach does this all the time, where his leg is parallel here, and that's fine as long as you're driving your hips in, right? But you know, I like to have this out a little bit just because I want to have a little bit of a post there. So he's connected to me and stopping me from going pretty much anywhere. And my stupid inclination a long time ago was I would start to take my lower hand and I'd start to hook underneath that leg so that I can start to shuck it over my head. Well, he's got my arm here, and so I had all these brown belts who would like start to pull this arm away. This arm is out, and then they just go under my head. And guess what? I'm getting fucking triangled.
So, how do you stop that from happening?
Well, this kind of ties in a little bit with me, right? And it's kind of the same concept here. So, this arm is useless to me. I can't get that back. And I don't care how strong you are. You don't have the strength to just pull that out, right? Especially if they're using the right grip here. If he's gripping you full fingers on and trying to squeeze your hand, you're going to slide right out of that shit. But if he's using a proper grip, you know, thumb and middle finger, I'm not going to be able to get that back very easily. So what I'm going to do here is, as much as I can, I'm going to kind of be chipping away here. I'm going to be doing a little bit of like forward back shrimping, right? I'm protecting this. I'm trying to be very careful here because he can go into that arm bar really quickly. Remember, guys, we have that one, you know, I've got that arm here, right? I've got that underhook here. This leg's in the front, right? All I have to do is and catch that arm. So I want to be very mindful that I might have to defend the arm bar very soon. So I'm here in this position, and I'm just going to wiggle, and all I'm trying to do is create some space for this bottom knee. Once I've created some space, maybe I'm shrimping, forward shrimping, right? We're practicing our forward shrimps too, right? To kind of scooch his foot forward, I might forward back, right? Because what's going to happen there is that I'm going to break down the hips. I think that hip connection of him driving his hips into my back, that's, I think, the weakest connection of the whole piece, right? So what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to get rid of that a little bit. So now I've got some play here, right? I want him more on top of me, not behind me. So I've got this wrapped up here, and I've created that space. I'm going to reach down with this arm, and I grab his ankle. Okay? See how this is different? Now he can't step that leg over and triangle me, right? He can still armbar me. It's going to be a little bit harder, but he can do it. So I'm going to take my knee and I put it underneath his knee, right? And then I'm going to kind of hold him up here. Now, look at that. He might, at this point, realize that he's lost this position, right? I've got his leg here and he's connected to me. He's not going to be able to finish the armbar, right? Because I've got this leg to leverage his bottom leg around. So he's not going to be able to go for that armbar very effectively. So from here, even if he has this arm, I can pull on the ankle and drive my knee down. And he's here, right? Yep. Collapse this down, right? So I've got that. Oh, I drove that down, and I can start to come up, he's going to be kind of light on this leg here, right? Because I'm driving his weight forward. Boom. And I can come into this kind of knee cut pass position. All right? So, that escape, one more time. Right? He's got my hand hooked here. It's useless to me. Okay? The reason why I don't want to just grab his ankle and pull it over my head is he's just going to loop that over my head and go right underneath my neck, and he's going to triangle me. So I don't want that, right? I'm keeping my elbows down. I'm pinching as much as I can because I don't want him to easily take that back and start to armbar me. I don't want him to feed his other arm through here because that's going to make it easier. Remember that if I have this grip, right, I'm going to feed this through and hold on to that, right? And I get this figure 4 grip when I flail out, right? That's going to be a hard grip for my opponent to break. So I'm blocking that by pinching my elbow into my body as tight as I can. Now I'm going to grab his ankle. I'm going to shimmy a little bit, right? Just to kind of create some space, get rid of that hip pressure, right? I'm not trying to move this front ankle that's tucked right under here. I'm not going to be able to move that. He's not going to be able to adjust it very well either. So I'm moving my hips back and in, so that I can create some play here. Once I get it back, I'm going to hold his ankle, make sure he can't get out of place. It was here, it's probably out here now, right? We've broken down that connection, hopefully. Now, I'm going to bring my knee in, and I'm going to put it behind his calf, and I'm going to move it up to underneath his knee here. So from here, I can start to kind of hold his ankle in place or pull it just a little bit, right? And I'm going to start to drive. My hip drive is going to be more of what's going to take him over than this ankle. So I'm holding the ankle in place, and as I'm driving with that hip, and that's going to collapse his hips over to this side. And now I can start to come up, and it's going to be very hard for him to kind of hold on to that, and I can probably get the pass from there. So, unfortunately, that was something that I had kind of just started to play around with right before COVID hit, because I'd been like, Coach, I can't get out of side mount at all. I sucked at it. And so I had asked him to go over this, and it was like something he told me, I think it was like 2 classes before COVID. And I wasn't feeling particularly great at the time, or I wasn't rolling because I was getting nausea again, which has been something I've been struggling with. And so I haven't really had the opportunity to actually start to apply that to actually rolling. So he assures me it's a very effective way of doing it, but we have to keep in mind that I have not really battled around and tested this yet, and I'm going to, but so yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns with anything that I presented here, feel free to ask. And I've emphasized that from the beginning, and I stand by it because this is really about developing you guys into better grapplers. So, if you have something to contribute, or if you have questions, like I said, the striking playlist that I just put up, that is a request. I've done like probably 3 or 4 at this time that are series basically because somebody had requested something. So yeah, please drop me a line. I try to answer as much as I possibly can. If you try to get into the Facebook group and you've been bounced, like I haven't approved you, it's because you haven't answered the questions, and I could not tell right away by your profile or the other groups that you're in whether or not you are coming in for jerk off material, or if you're coming in because you actually want to learn how to wrestle. And I really want to emphasize that what I'm trying to do here, I have nothing wrong. I use wrestling for jerk off material all the time, but there is nothing wrong with that. It's just that there are plenty of Facebook groups where you can go out and do that. What I want to know is that when you come in, what you're struggling with, what your goals are, how you're going to contribute. You don't have to contribute. Probably 60-70% of the people that I've led into that group have said that they have nothing to contribute, and I'm fine with that if you're there to learn. One person told me that he just wanted to be a voyeur and use it as jerk-off material, and despite answering the questions, I didn't let him in. And the reason for that is because that is not what this group is about. That is not what this channel is about. Maybe someday down the road, when people are starting to post their own wrestling videos, people can use that however they want to, but in the meantime, I really want to emphasize that this is the place to learn. So
thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry that I've slowed down a lot. Check the striking playlist for why. And yeah, I will be back shortly. Thank you. Have a good one.